Hello everyone. So I thought I would make a quick video to show you how to use the map module feature in Lightroom 4 and also how to use the GPS coordinates that I sent you so that you can apply these to your images, and then it's kind of cool. You can find them on the map and see where images were taken, etc. So here in Lightroom I have all the images that I shot during the workshop. Part of the problem with the map module is that the map module only shows you your collections and not your folders, and the folders are the actual places where your images are kept on your computer, and I have mine arranged by date. That's kind of how I import my images. So I have a folder, Lightroom creates a folder for me with the date. But if I switch to the map module, you'll see that even though I have access to my collections, I don't have access to those folders, so I can't segment or separate my images into the particular days that we were out. So the way around that is I'm going to go back to the library module, and let's take here, for instance, May 14th, 2012. If I select that folder, I have all the images now that I made on this particular day. And then, of course, it's just divided into where we went for the sunrise or sunset. So I'm going to take, with this folder selected, I'm going to click on one image and then choose Command or Control A to select all the images in that folder. And then I'm going to come down here to the collections, and I'm going to click the little plus sign and say Create New Collection, and we'll call this Utah May 14. You can always delete this collection later if you like. Utah May 14, include selected photos, and hit Create. Do not check make new virtual copies, because then you'll have virtual copies that you don't really need. Okay, and hit Create. And I guess you would do that for the 5 days that we were, or any day that you want to sort of add GPS coordinates. You don't have to do this, but it just makes it easier to kind of segment the 5 days of the workshop, at least in this case. So I would do that for the other 5 days or the other 4 days. All right, so now once we do that, you see I have a collection here now that says Utah May 14 with my particular 40 images. I go over to the map module now, and there's a couple of different ways you can add the GPS coordinates. First, the easiest way is if you want to make this, let's say, easy, I could go up here to the search map dialog in here and just type in Arches National Park. Oops. Hit enter, and you see it takes me right to Arches National Park. Down here where it says map style, I can change this to road map or hybrid or terrain, which is the one that I prefer because it kind of visually looks and feels more like what the terrain felt like to us. Okay, so there is already a location marker for Arches National Park because this is a part of Google Maps, and so that's already recognized by Google Maps. So what we could do here is I could just make sure all the images are selected, click and drag one, and you see that they're all kind of grouped together. And if I drop this or place this right over that marker, then all 40 images are tagged with that particular GPS coordinate, which corresponds to Arches National Park. And actually, this is kind of cool. If you hover over this, you can actually now go through your images from that particular location. Okay, so that's the easy way to do it. Now, let's say you want to be more specific and you want to tag each particular location within Arches, and we also went to Canyonlands and Dead Horse. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say undo, okay, set coordinates. And you can scroll through selecting my collection here. So I'm selecting this Utah May 14. If I choose a different one, you see I get a different collection. But if I select this one here, then I know that I'm limiting what I see here in the film strip to that day. So I'm going to choose this first one, and I'm going to scroll over to the right. This is all Marching Men Tower Arch, which is where we went that sunset. And I'm going to stop around here because I recognize that this is now Mesa Arch in Canyonlands, and this is the last one I shot at Marching Men. So holding down the Shift key, I'm going to choose this last image, and I just have these images selected. Okay, once you have those selected, Up here on the metadata panel on the right, there is a place here where I can type in or actually paste the GPS coordinates. I'm going to switch over to the document or the email that I sent you guys. And you can see here I have Sunset, Marching Man, Tower Arch, and the GPS coordinates here. I'm going to just choose the GPS coordinates. Okay, just like that. Hit Command or Control C for copy. Come back to Lightroom. And in the GPS box here, Command and Control V for paste. Hit Enter. And it'll ask me apply the metadata change to all the selected photos. I hit Apply Selected. Okay, and now you instantly see here in the Klondike Bluffs area, which is where we were, 36 images now correspond to that location. So very, very cool. And you can go through each image and actually even gives you a little bit of the metadata or the EXIF information for each image. And then similarly, I would do the same for the last couple of images here, which were Mesa Arch. Choose this one to the last one. That's all I have from Mesa Arch for that day. And I must have one or two tagged already because you can see it's already showing me this location. If you already have a location that pops up, it's just simple of dragging the rest, dropping it on there, and now you'll see it changes to 4. So 4 images are now tagged with Mesa Arch and Canyonlands, and the others with the Klondike Bluffs area and Arches. So that's basically how this works. And then when you zoom out of the map here, it'll show you now little pins with all your images and where they were shot. So I have 36 here, 4 over here, and as you went on and tagged more images, you would get little location markers on the map. So that's very, very cool. This is your zoom in and zoom out, so you can actually see the whole country. And again, you can change the map style here. And there's lots of other options. You can actually see images that are tagged or untagged on the map, etc. Lots of different options here. So it makes the map module a very nice feature, and I think one that I'm going to try to use more and more. All right, any questions, let me know and have fun.